cannot sleep. Sometimes I find it hard to sleep. Because just when you're about to fall asleep is when all your thoughts come fucking rushing back, right? You know you gotta get up early, but those thoughts just pry into your mind and they don't want to leave, they don't want to escape, they don't want to go somewhere. That's how it is for me. That's definitely how it is for me right now. Sorry, I'm opening Audacity and a voice recorder. I like to keep this for posterity. The Honest Hour is a podcast I can't really do normally because something's got to be really bugging me. For it to get the honest hour. Like a brutal hour of just truth. Me speaking my truth about how I am. I don't think this podcast or anything requires a more in-depth layout than this. It says the honest hour. It is the honest hour. That's it. I don't even know if I'll go for an hour this time. Because I am tired, but I got out of bed and the first sentence out of my mouth was, the words need to be said. The words that need to be said. And so the words I came to tell you folks tonight, fucking 3 a.m., because my mind wouldn't leave me alone, is that I am wasting my life. I know it. I've known it. I'm wasting a perfectly good life that could go to, being a psychologist or a scientist or anything. Any number of people doesn't get a chance at life, and I'm wasting it here. I can't get it together. I can't get the motivation to live a full life. I just can't get it going. A lot of people will say someone lost the will to live. But there's so many ways to lose the will to live. I feel like I have, I feel like I'm a selfish person. Because I want, to be loved. I want to have enough money to live comfortably. And to not worry about it. I'd live in like a 1-bedroom apartment happily for the rest of my days as long as, I'd just be around people, make friends, be loved. But I don't want to pursue that. I don't want to work hard for that. I'm wasting it. Life. I know what some of you may be thinking. First world problems. You don't have to struggle to survive or anything like that. Well, my family's always been poor, so money has never been comfortable, and finding a way to make money has always been hard for me. I didn't have my first job till 2019, because before that I got a governmental check from just my father's hard years of work, and I had to give that check up to the family because any job I worked wouldn't have made the same amount of money as a fucking government check. So to keep my family afloat, I sacrificed that. I sacrificed my childhood to my family. I don't feel like I ever really got to be a kid. Even when I had childish moments, I never felt like I was really allowed. Because nobody treated me like that. I was born in this world an uncle. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm wasting my life now. Everybody wasted my life before. for me before and I fought back against it, but now that it's just me, and I can live somewhat comfortably. I'm stagnant. I don't have any real deep burning passion. There are things I'd like to do. Things I would like to do, but working hard to get those things done is also something I can't seem to fucking will myself to do, even things I love. And it makes me feel awful and horrible to think about how many people died too young that could still be living and doing more substantial things while I live on, and I kind of wasted away. And don't get this confused. I'm not suicidal or anything, but I am just profoundly disappointed in the person I am and the life that I'm living. And I can't seem to shake it off. I can't seem to pull myself out from rock bottom. I hit rock bottom and I made a camp there. And it's just where I live now. I don't contribute to society. I'm not not an amazing person. I'm just simply living right now. Doing nothing, basically. I don't pay any bills. Like, I sort of help raise my nieces and nephews now. I sort of help get their schooling done, but it's just, I'm not really putting in that much effort, am I? I don't particularly, I don't know. I suppose I never did think, and I suppose I don't think even more now, that I deserve anything in this life. I'd live in my fucking car just driving to different places until the gas ran out, and then I'd walk different places. I think I genuinely am a person who thinks I just don't deserve a damn thing. Maybe that's deeply rooted. The amount of times I've tried to start projects and failed or never got the motivation to finish it. The amount of times that I've tried to lose weight, got on a regimen and just didn't finish it. It's astounding. And I'm only 22. There's still plenty of life left to go, but how quickly the years have seemed to pass lately. And how quickly they will continue to pass as I just waste away, doing nothing with my life. I've thought many times about running away from it all, becoming some sort of vagabond, just doing my own thing. And I think maybe I could. But that's just it. It's me running away from my problems of not being able to get it going, abandoning my family, abandoning anyone who knew me or knows me, to go and live a freer life, maybe a happier life. I have contingency. I have a contingency plan for my life if things truly go awfully. And I don't tell anyone about it. And I won't tell you about it. Because if I ever have to use it, it's because I've truly failed. By my birthday this year, I want to have something done. I want to have made money in some way. My own fucking money. I worked 1 job so far in my life, and I haven't worked since, and it's I'm a disappointment to myself, and I'm looking back. I am a disappointment to a younger, more optimistic me, one that had more life, one that had more purpose, one that at least knew that he wanted more from life. I don't know where along the way I lost myself, what image of myself, the Lance that I thought I would be when I grew up, but the only thing adulthood has done is made me miserable in a way that I can't fathom. I still just can't believe how sort of crippled I have been. Not actually crippled, but, like mentally crippled to the point where I can't even, I don't even want to hug my niece's back because I feel like I don't deserve affection. What have I done? What am I contributing? It's a weird feeling. It's an alien feeling. I think this is where my problem really lies. I think I'm genuinely a person who, I say I love myself, and I have no problem with the person that I am or how I look. But I don't really love myself. I don't really love myself enough to think that I deserve more in this life than what I have. Like, I just don't know what's wrong with me. It's a weird state to be in. But I like the honest hour because I can put these thoughts out into the aether. And then if anybody happens to wander by and have same sort of feelings, they can also just feel it for a little bit. Because this is part venting, part just questioning the very state of my life, my purpose, my just everything. And it's a struggle. It's a real struggle for me. I literally couldn't sleep because I just kept thinking like, fuck, man. As cliche as it is, YOLO, you only live once. And it's true, we have a limited time on this earth, and I am a believer that you should take all the time that you have on this earth, use it to the best of your abilities. It's like, it feels like I'm not living up to my own personal principle that I'm holding. I'm trying to hold myself to the mark too. I believe there's always potential for a person. That, besides very few things in this life, people can do some grimy shit and there's still potential for them to come back and strike harder and be a better person and evolve. And I feel like, I've been lying to myself over these years, because if I really believed that, I should see some sort of inner potential. I should have some sort of inner belief, some inner drive, some inner motivation to go beyond my means. But I just don't. And that's what I really struggle with. That's the thing that really ticks back in my mind and drives me to bed on days where I'm just not feeling it. That feeling of, you're still wasting your life here playing a video game, or, man, still can't finish writing that chapter. And I climb back in bed and I feel worse. So I'm like, wow, I couldn't do that, so now where am I? I'm in bed. I'm in bed, and now I'm wasting away in bed. And then I fall asleep, and for a little while, I'm not thinking about anything at all. But when I wake up, it's not the kind of feeling that goes away after a night of sleep. It's the kind of feeling that lingers. And your week's just fucked. Because you just have that feeling of just digging at the back of your mind. It's one of those things. I'm for a while. I've just my life, man. It feels like shit piles on. You know, you feel like the universe is against you sometimes, and I just, I do. 2020 happened, and I wrote about this. 2020 happened, and I realized that the friends I made, uh, didn't really give a fuck to check on me or see how I was after months apart. Past writing partners I had were exposed as racists who did not, that did not, really did not care for people the color of my skin. It was a fucking shattering experience to realize, like, I felt like I'd chosen wrong in every friendship I had ever made. Michael, thanks for the sub to Polished. I felt like there was truly something wrong with me. Funnily enough, this year or last year, I think I stumbled upon the term demisexual, and I was like, man, this is, I think this is me right here. I have such a hard time connecting with other people, but some people I just click with. And it was just a year discovery for me where the isolation just felt awful. It was horrible. It was horrifying to me. The realization that, you know, I'm truly alone despite all these friends I seem to have made and all these strides I thought I had taken as a person and the closeness I felt. So it was very rough to have all these realizations at once. I didn't get out of bed for a month during 2020. It's only in spreading my wings online that I found some sort of catharsis, some sort of joy again. Now I get out of bed for TTRPG shows and I enjoy it. But I'm not making progress anywhere else, really. And I am so honest during the honest hour because being brutally honest about how I'm really doing and what's really going on in my head is something I've always strived to do, and something my mother always strived to do with me. Because the bullshit, you know, bullshitting and saying I'm okay is that's nice and all, but that's not being genuine. I want to show my genuality here. So, yeah, I'm struggling. I'm still struggling. I wanted to write a book and be a writer for so long. And still, I have not published another book besides a book I cobbled together in, I don't know, a month. I just. I love writing, but I struggle to do it. I can't do it. I feel like I have writer's block from an outside force because it's so hard. I don't even watch TV shows anymore. One of my favorite things in the world I don't watch. I just live vicariously through people who are having an easier time or enjoying their life way more. And it's brutal. It's self-punishment. It's just, it's literally me just punishing myself for something like I have no control over. These streamer groups that, you know, it's constantly friends playing together. I'm watching them and I'm living vicariously through that. And I never thought I'd be a person who could live vicariously like that to find happiness. And it's not something I like. But it's a crutch for me right now. I feel like I've cobbled together a sense of happiness that's false, but I don't want to topple it. And here we are. 3:18 in the morning. Me struggling to sleep. Couldn't shut the voices out, so I came online to chat about it. And to hopefully let some people out there know that, hey man, if you're feeling anything remotely like this, man, you are not fucking alone. And I don't doubt for a second that I'm alone. Because it's just, sometimes the human experience is brutal. Feeling so much and despairing so much and loving so much and just everything about it can kind of be overwhelming. Truly getting this out, it doesn't solve my problems, right? But it's a sense of accountability, a sense of just being able to have it for the record. I often record videos to myself that I revisit. Little videos saying you better have improved, motherfucker, by this date. I never meet them, but it feels cleansing to make those videos because for just a moment inside a video, there's a version of myself that I see that is, for at least the moment, motivated and really wanting to get some shit done. And I have those sparks sometimes. But it doesn't pay off. It doesn't ever pay off. And that's why this is named Wasting a Lifetime. Because just from people my age, there's so much pressure to have your life figured out by the end of college. Or even by the end of high school. And for a lot of us, it's just not like that. And having, failed to make it through college, I feel heavily like a failure. Heavily. It weighs on my mind every day. I was meant to make the example for my nieces and nephews. Truly make the example. Be the first one in my family to go to college 4 years, get a degree. Prove something to them. Prove they could be better than the generations that came before. And when I failed that's when I really started to feel like I wasn't shit. Like I wasn't anything at all. My sister passed away in 2019. Diane. For the longest time, I felt like she was the only family member who truly saw me. I was probably closest with her out of all of my sisters. And she passed away at 36. I believe. Can't remember now. That was the universe flipping me the biggest bird. Just, I struggle to love my family because of just things that have happened in the past. And everything that has ever happened between me and them. And I loved Diane so unconditionally. She could have never done any wrong in my eyes. And she was gone. Just like that. It was brutal. Anybody I looked up to was gone. Growing up, my father passed away. I had no idea what to do. Because being born an uncle, I was expected to help take care of the kids. I had no idea what a man was. And everybody wanted me to be the man of the house. And I couldn't ask any questions. I never wanted anyone to help me. Because, in a fucked up way, that's what people thought a man was. A man stands on his own 2 feet. A man takes care of his family. No questions asked. You get it done by the end of the day. But I didn't know what a man was. And I had no guiding example. I had no guiding light. There was no northern light in the sky for me to follow. Once my father passed, I lost any semblance of a respectable man in my life. And so I had to fucking put it together, put the pieces together myself. And I don't even know if I'm proud of the end result that I ended up being. But I had to do it. Because my sister and her and the kid's father were so irresponsible as to have so many kids and then not be around for them. And so I became one of the only constants in their life. And so they looked to me for answers that I didn't have as a kid not much older than them. 2 years from my niece. 4 years from my niece. I was supposed to have the answers. I didn't even know all the fucking questions. I didn't have any semblance of the questions. I was forced to take on an older role and just eat it. I just had to eat shit and really buckle up my bootstraps and say, okay, I'm going to genuinely help raise these children that I didn't bring to this earth, but that I love very much because they're family to me. It's, and I could have never been a kid. The one time I disagreed with my sister, it's so funny. I could never be the kid, but when I disagreed with my sister, it was always, I'm the adult, you're the child. If I'm the child, let me be a fucking kid. Let me be a kid. But no. When my nieces and nephews came home hungry from school, I'd fucking make some pasta. I had pasta so many times growing up that I became literally sick anytime I thought of pasta after like 6 months. Because my sister would never cook. I would cook. I would make a little something. And just, I was never treated like a fucking kid. I didn't get any gifts, really. Her kids got the world. And I never resented that because I loved my nieces and nephews enough that they deserved the world. They deserved a better. And so anytime they got something good, I was like, thank God. Because you should have treated them better. And so, when it finally came for me to seek my own independence in the world, I had no conscious, real thought about, shit, I'm on my own now. What the fuck do I do? Living at college was a whole ass experience of its own. All this independence, I'm now trying to navigate social circles. I have no social skills. My circle was small. I'm so socially awkward. I hated talking to most people. I didn't know how to interact with people. I didn't know how to start a new friendship. I only made friends because they talked to me first. And I slowly, over time, made small advances. I don't know how to do my taxes. I don't fucking anything. I never had time. When I came home, there was time for homework and helping kids with homework. You know. What's the old show? Family of Five. It's fucking bullshit, man. Kids wouldn't have lasted a month. I don't know. I feel like I failed in a lot of things. And yes, this... unbelievably, this despair corner will go to an hour, apparently. As I'm already 30 minutes through, and I didn't fucking even realize. I wish I could get the motivation to finish even one project. See it through. I don't know if it would change anything, but it'd be a fantastic memory of me actually committing to something and being able to say, fuck, I did that. I fucking did that. I don't know. People who feel like they deserve something go out and strive and work towards that thing. And get it eventually. I'm just not the same. I guess I don't feel like I deserve anything. It's so weird. Such a weird dichotomy I have going on. I want so much, and I'm unable to pursue it with all my heart. You know, with the sort of spirit and vigor that other people might. I don't know what sort of purpose I was put on this earth for, but I feel like I haven't found it yet. I don't know, maybe if I become a vagabond and travel around in a car, going from place to place. Never really sure of the next destination, never really sure if I'll make it to the end of the day. Maybe I'll find some inner truth to my life. Some inner truth to existence, some purpose. But I guess we never really know until we're gone what we've really accomplished. Even if I did find some success, I don't know if I'd ever really feel accomplished. Thought about actually being a renowned writer. What would it feel like for me? I don't know if it'd be imposter syndrome, but I feel like I'd acknowledge that I did something, but I wouldn't feel the accomplishment from it. I'm not a person that likes gratitude. You thank me too much for something I chose to do. I don't like it. It bothers me. Because I chose to do that thing, selfishly. For myself. To get my serotonin hit. That burst of, I did a good thing, and I'm a good person for it. I don't know, man. I don't know. These are the things I struggle with every day. Funnily enough, I once joked that I'd find a sugar mama to take care of me. Because I just couldn't fucking get it going myself. Like, like, I'll take care of the house. She can work and provide for my living. It's more of a joke, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I made the joke and then my mind was immediately like, oh, look at you running away. Running away from your issues. It's like, well, fuck. It's like, that fucking hurt, dude. That backfired so fast. So you want to know what steps I'll take to improve myself? I could lie. I could lie to you, dear listener, dear viewer. I could lie to you very fast and tell you I take these steps and I try to do these things. But the truth would be that I'd do it for a day. 2, if I'm lucky. And then I'd go back to being exactly where I am, which is a person wasting his life. But I'd feel like, well, I gave it the old college try. I sure did that shit for a day. Did that for an hour. I sure did. And that'd just be another excuse. I don't know. These might sound like first world problems. My life is on the line every day or anything like that. Just a guy in America who has not meaningfully contributed to society. But this is how I feel, man. This is how I feel. This honest hour, the honest hour, is a cleansing experience for me. As I said when this began, this is not a podcast I can record all the time. Only when thoughts really are bothering me, really not letting me sleep, can I come over here and really lay it all down. Really lay it all down. Because that's when it's real. That's when it's raw. That's when I can feel everything touching a nerve that I can't describe. If anyone's still here, I'd love to know how you're doing. If you're having a hard time, if you're doing better. You ever heard of an motivational speaker who just tells you that, like a motivational speaker who motivates you by telling you really sad shit, that their life is this crappy and you should do better? A lot of things you're saying are really resonating with me. I hope so. I suppose that's the purpose of all this. To resonate with someone. Make them feel like they're not alone. Make them feel like someone out there that understands and other people are struggling with the same sort of thing. I don't know. It's just, This is misery business, you know. The memoir that most people would have, I feel, is I became an adult and all I got was misery. Fuck, man. Holy shit. It's just. And thank you for the follow, Flip Pixel. Sorry I didn't read it off immediately. I'd put that on a t-shirt and wear it. That's unironically something I would do. I would put dumb shit on t-shirts for days. Let me tell you. I'd love to just keep putting dumb shit on t-shirts for days. I became an adult, and all I got for it was misery. It's great that you're polished. It is. I've never had any trouble being honest if somebody's asked me about things. And I most likely never will, to be honest. Just people never ask these deep of questions. No one wants to know that. In fact, I'll be honest, man. I feel so separated from people my own age. I always have. Even back in school, I felt like I was so different from other kids. Not some, like, I'm not like other kids thing, but I genuinely felt like I didn't fit in. I felt like I had an older soul. I didn't get in much drama, and every time I saw my friends getting in drama, I was like, man, that's so childish, dude. I was truly separate. I still listen to music from like the fucking 80s. No kid my age is really doing that. You know? All these kids could afford to go out and meet their friends and make these fucking memories that would last forever. I could never leave the house. Uh, you know, even back then I was trying to make friendships that would last for years. You know, deep friendships. Most kids didn't want that, man. If you grew up in, like, you know, came up with them in, like, grade school, they'd, you know, you'd hang around each other until, oh shit, yeah, we do have pretty deep friendship, don't we? I'd get along so much better with teachers because I just felt like I couldn't engage kids on my own level. It's given me some like, I feel real issues. I always say the wrong shit. I'm not good at dealing with people. I mean, at some point I could just run roughshod across every conversation. People would like me for it. Think it was pretty funny. Now it's just like, hey man, you're being such an asshole. I don't mean to. Just all those years you were doing social cues and understanding the social issues and social hierarchy of school, I was busy not conforming to that shit and chatting up the teachers. So funny, man. Holy shit. I don't know. there any particularly right way to be going through life? Is there any particularly right way to be proceeding? What is the dream life? What life could I live that I would truly be happy with? Even if I ran away tomorrow with all the money to make me comfortable, and I just spent my life traveling, would I really be genuinely happy with that? I wonder. I question myself. I'm wondering. If I can't even force myself out the door to go get a job and make money, well, like, do I deserve that money? Do I deserve to just play the lottery and win $1 million, and then what? Then what? Is my question for myself, because I feel that's not earned. I feel like I can never ask for help. I feel like I have to earn everything. Truly earn everything. I ate shit for years from my own fucking family, doing me dirt, stealing shit from me, basically kicking fucking dirt in my eye. And now I can't ask them for a motherfucking dime. I can't ask them for shit. No one wanted to house me when I was a fucking kid. I felt like I did something wrong. I felt like I was the problem. I felt like I was the problem. Fucking 11-year-old kid thinking, am I the problem? Am I unlovable? Is there a reason my family does not want to keep me around? What's going on here? Is there something about me that is intrinsically wrong? Have I done some dirt to somebody? No, they were all grown-ass adults. And none of them wanted any fucking responsibility. Nobody wanted a goddamn lick of responsibility. Nobody thought for a second, looking at all these kids, that, hey, maybe some of us should help them. Maybe some of us should not try to fuck these kids up for life. Fuck, I was 8 with a brand new Nintendo DS. I remember. It was like my first week having it. My cousin came over. We traded games. And I remember this so vividly because it was the first time anything had been stolen from me. And my cousin stole my fucking DS game. And that seems small, right? You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? A fucking DS game? Are you serious? I was fucking 8 years old. And on the encouragement from his father, my cousin stole a fucking game from me. And that was just the first moment where I was like, oh, family can do you fucking dirty. Family can do you dirty. Like, it's real. I'm thinking about how far I came, you know. Fuck. I stopped wanting things from my family. Because if you asked for anything, they'd hold that shit over your head. They would hold it over your head. And for what? Some sort of feeling like, oh, I beat this kid. I beat him. I won. I don't know what reason, but I started to feel like all my family, just all around me, was snakes. And I still do. I don't feel like I can trust any of my family members. Whether it be any illicit activities they get into, or anything. I've never again, since I was a kid, felt like I could truly trust them. It's fucked up to love someone so much and realize you can't fucking trust them at all. Even my uncle's doing me dirt, man. I was driving around with my uncle. My mother told me, make sure this money goes to gas. My uncle kept badgering me, talking down to me, saying, hey man, let me get a Four Loko. Let me get a Four Loko. This man's driving. Let me get a Four Loko. Finally, I'm thinking, herp-de-derp. Herp-de-derp. I guess it'll be fine. Here, have the money. This guy buys a fucking Four Loko. He's drinking it while he's driving me around in this fucking car. It's the first time I saw my mother, like, really angry. And I felt responsible. Because I was the kid who was pressured by this fucking guy. Pass him the money to get a fucking drink. First time I ever drank alcohol in my life, I was 12, I think. New Year's. Had some champagne. My family has a problem with alcohol. And cigarettes. And weed now. I just can't trust them, man. Diane's partner, when I was 12, yeah, actually, a lot of things happened when I was fucking 12. Or I might have been 13. He'd always, he loved the drink. He loved Hennessy. I'm saying it like he's passed. He's not. I just don't fuck with him anymore. He'd always pick fights with me. And I'm wondering, why is this grown-ass man trying to fight me, a 13-year-old, even playfully? Why do I have to put up with this? Why does this happen to me? What have I done? That's the question that resonated in my mind for as long as I was a kid. What have I done to deserve these things happening to me? Why can I never have peace? Why can I never have my own space? Why does my shit always get taken and broken? Why does everything I get somehow end up in somebody else's hands? Why? And there's no answer. I can't imagine the amount of things I've fucking probably trauma blocked out from my childhood that I just don't want to fucking remember. Because if I thought my family would do dirt to me as a kid, they'll do dirt, even worse dirt, once you're an adult. All while telling you to your fucking face, I love you. You remind me so much of your dad. We all loved your dad so much. You're the spitting image of him. You're just like your dad. If you loved my fucking father as much as you say you did, how dare you? How dare you, a motherfucking, not even a year after his death, how dare you ransack his fucking house and take everything in motherfucking life that he held dear? That was the most traumatizing. That moment changed my life. When I came home and the house was fucking trashed and almost all of our shit was gone, and I had to live in the filth that was left over. I had to live in the filth that was fucking left over. And when my mother came to the house, I'd never seen my mother cry a single tear in my life. There was never a more fucking soul-destroying moment than my mother seeing the house she'd worked for over 30 fucking years with my father in shambles, with anything, any sort of familiarity fucking gone. And my family members wonder why I don't fuck with them, why I don't talk to them, why I don't want to chat, why I don't want to meet up, why I don't want to go to these fucking parties for your children, why I don't trust you, why I don't call you, why I don't text you, why don't I message you on Facebook, why don't I accept your follow request, why don't I add you on Snapchat, why don't I add you on Instagram, why do you want to be on every fucking facet of my life? You stay connected. I don't want any part. I want to be alone. I want to be by myself. I used to feel like I couldn't fucking breathe when I was in the same room as my family. Let alone have them invade every sense of my fucking social media life. Why? So you could drain the joy out of that too? No. No. I just wasn't going to let it happen. All these people can claim they love me so much, and they can say it over and over again. And every time I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. That was the insight that was both the most hurtful. One, like about my upbringing. It certainly does deserve to be connected to you in aspects to degrees you can control, like social media, that's for sure. Yes. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, when I was a fucking 12-year-old kid, one of my brothers-in-laws, I got into a beef with a kid from my class. My brother-in-law is going to slide onto the fucking Facebook post and ask, what did he do? What did I do? What I did is none of your goddamn business, is what happened. We're two kids getting in an argument over social media. Why is my brother-in-law sliding into the fucking conversation? He did it twice before I abandoned my Facebook. I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, can I have my own fucking business or something? Like, what's going on? My aunt that never fucking talks to me, never sees me, never has wanted to see me, never came to see me over the years, is gonna message me on Instagram saying, I don't like that word you used in your post. Huh? Stay out of my life. Like you have already. Stay out of my life like you have already. You can't avoid seeing me for years because my father's no longer alive and you have no more reason to come visit me, even though I am his son. You can't just stay away for years and then the first fucking message you send me is, I didn't like that word you used in your post. Yeah? I didn't like that you were absent for most of my life, but I guess we both just gotta fucking deal with it. So, on principle, I never pretend to like anybody I don't like. So whenever I'm around family, I'm in a real sour fucking mood. I'm in a real sour mood. Because I gotta put up the courtesy act. I'm like a hotel greeter when it comes to family. A Walmart greeter. I play it up. Oh my god, so lovely to see you again. Wow, amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, it's so nice to be invited. And I do that for my nieces and nephews. Because God knows the family has shunned them as well. And that, more than my own shunning, That's what I can't forgive them for. That right there is what makes me sick to my fucking stomach. When they shunned my nieces and nephews, that's when I was fucking sick. I was sick to death. But it has been an hour. I moved to a different continent. Good on you, Polished. Family can be so fucking toxic. A lot of people will tell you, that's your family, you gotta love them no matter what. That's fucking bullshit, and I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right fucking now. Your family can be fucking toxic and harmful to you, and people expect you to fucking eat shit and get that dirt kicked in your fucking eye. No, you don't have to. Sorry, that's not how that works. A relationship goes both ways. Even if it's family, a relationship goes both ways. Respect goes both ways. Love goes both ways. Make your own fucking family if your family isn't what it should be. No. It's no reason. There's just no reason. I just talked for an entire hour about traumas I faced, how I feel like I've wasted my life, how I feel like a failure, a little bit about the horrid year of 2020 and everything that was revealed. It's it's just, you guys took a journey with me tonight. I don't know how long some of you are here for, but we took a fucking journey. But this is the honest hour, and this is what it's for. This is me expounding, really letting you in. This is a window. This is really a window to my life. This is really a window to my life. And the shit that weighs on me and things I go through. And what I can only hope is holding me back from moving any sort of direction with my life. Maybe because the internet, you never seem sour. You seem more of an honest person that gives the joy back people give. Same with respect and everything else as an honorable person would be. I'm not sour online because it's full of new experiences. And the people I've met are always so just, so nice. There's no reason for me to be sour. You haven't done anything to me. You haven't done me any dirt. We met. We met and it was a wonderful experience. And so I keep that vibe up. Family's not a right. It's private. No one gets to treat their family like shit and expect their family to love them in return. Family that treats you like shit deserves to be cut off. Exactly, Flip Pixel. And I'm tired of people saying otherwise. I feel crazy when I go online and I see people, giving examples of what happened with their family and people just being like, oh, well, that's your family. Gotta love them. No, it's not how that works, man. No. What the fuck? Just because you forgave your family treating you like shit and doing horrible dirt to you doesn't mean you should have. You're a better person than I am. I don't fuck with my family like that. But my brain is mush today. Hey man, it's all good. My brain is fucking mush after Whew. Fucking hell. I just got a lot of shit off my chest there. Jesus. Didn't have any contact with my biological mother for nearly a decade before she died. I don't regret it. I should have cut her off sooner. Is it weird to say I'm proud of you, Polished? It feels a little weird. It does feel weird. It's just like... It just needs to happen sometimes. And a lot of people never take that step. A lot of people never take that step probably because they're worried about that same thing. Going a number of years without seeing them and never getting to talk about how they felt before they pass away. But, hey, listen, man. Sometimes it's just healthier. It's just healthier for you and your own mental state and your own sense of being to have that clear, we're not doing this. We're not going to play any games. We're not going to, you're not going to fuck me about like you have before. We're simply done. And that's cleansing as fuck, let me tell you something. That's an experience. When you do cut someone toxic from your life, that's a weight. You feel like Atlas. Atlas, when he slips out from under the rock, even for a moment, you're like, wow, that weight is gone. And any sort of feeling of maybe I need this person to validate me in some sort of way or anything, it's just gone. Exactly, Flip. Flip, you're on the mark right now, man. You're really on the mark. Holy shit. It's kind of fucked up that me deciding to stream at 3 a.m. is one of my most successful streams. Michael dropping some serious wisdom right there. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Family you choose, man. The family you choose. It's powerful. It's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. I'm not saying my entire family's awful. Just most of them. Just most of them in my experience. Fucking hell. Feels good. I don't know. I hope you all got something out of this. I really do. I genuinely do. I hope you did. Because fuck do I want to give something right now. I want to give something away for free. Fuck it. If it's my words, fuck it. If my writing, fuck it. I just hope people get something out of it. Get some sort of feeling out of it. And that's all I want. If I got a tiny little influence of people's lives and for a second I make them feel some sort of comfort or catharsis, some sort of relatability, I think that's satisfying enough. This was a wild ride to take at 3 a.m., let me tell you something. It's now 4:08, like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? But this is what happens, man. You, if the thoughts are keeping you up, you might lie awake in bed. I came over here to fucking podcast. That shit is funny. That shit is funny. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Finally. I finally became an adult, and all I got for it was misery. That does deserve to be on a shirt polish. That really does. It truly does. Holy shit.